Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where today we're going to be going over some of the latest news from across the Doctor Who world. But before we get into it, if you could do me a teeny tiny little favour and click that subscribe button, I'd be ever so grateful. We are trying to get to 13,000 subscribers as quickly as possible, so if you could hit that subscribe button, it would really help me out. Also, go follow me on Twitter if you don't already, as I post regular Doctor Who opinions on there. But with that said, let's get into the video. So the first thing that's come out is an article interviewing Russell T Davies by the Radio Times saying that new Doctor Who casting wasn't about diversity and representation, says writer. Simply the best actor who walked into the room, Russell T Davies tells us. And you know what? I think that's exactly the approach that I think should be taken when casting a new Doctor. A lot of people were automatically assuming it came down to diversity and representation. Honestly, if your first assumption when seeing a person of colour in a role is that it was done for diversity reasons, then stop. It's very clear that Ncuti's a very, very accomplished actor, and to chalk it all up to diversity is just ridiculous, frankly. The weekend's exciting announcement that Ncuti Gatwa will replace Jodie Whittaker as the next Doctor on Doctor Who was a groundbreaking one, with the sex education star set to become the first non-white actor to take on the role on a regular basis. But speaking on the red carpet at Sunday night's BAFTAs, returning showrunner Russell T Davies said that the casting wasn't just about diversity and representation. Simply the best actor who walked into the room, he told RadioTimes.com and other press. I'm aware that all that comes with it. I think if you're 6, you don't care, and that's genuinely the fundamental reason for me, because I watched it when I was 6, and I'm here making it, so 6-year-olds watching it will be making it in 50 years' time. He added, having said that, I think once cast, those things are very important. I think diversity and representation are very important. I do want to assure you that you can just sit down and watch a fantastic 45-minute episode of Doctor Who, with Doctor Who fighting the monsters as ever. I've always had things to say in my dramas, and I always will, and that's why it's a good drama, but it's all new territory. That's what's exciting. We had Jo Martin, who was a fantastic female Doctor who's been wonderful, all respect to her, so we're not trumping over that. Yeah, I completely agree with this. At the end of the day, it shouldn't matter. When you're a kid, you don't care. Like, it doesn't matter whether the Doctor's a man, woman, black, white, it doesn't matter, and it shouldn't matter. And I think that's just a great way to approach it. If he was the best guy for the role, and he was cast, I have no issue with this, and you shouldn't either. Speaking of the casting of the next Doctor, Lydia West says she was never in the running for the role. I've got to be honest, the sort of fascination with Lydia West playing the Doctor I didn't really get. Having seen both Years and Years and It's a Sin, which were two acclaimed dramas that Russell T Davies worked on and that she starred in, I didn't particularly get Doctor vibes from her. A fantastic actress, no doubt, but someone who would be much more suited to the companion role, in my opinion. Which isn't a knock on her, it's just that some actors are more suited to that role than others. For example, Arthur Darvill was great as Rory Williams in Matt Smith era. Would he be a good Doctor? Probably not. You need a certain something to play the Doctor is what I'm saying. The It's a Sin star has confirmed that she was never officially up for the role. Ncuti Gatwa was confirmed as the next Doctor over the weekend, and while most Doctor Who fans are delighted, many had previously been convinced that It's a Sin star Lydia West was set to take on the role. However, the 28-year-old has confirmed that she was never actually in the running for it. West, who is best known for playing Jill in Russell T Davies' It's a Sin, revealed on Sunday that she was never officially up for the role of the Doctor despite the recent speculation in the media. When asked whether she had been in contention to play the titular Time Lord, West told Radio Times and other press on the BAFTA TV red carpet, I wasn't, no, I was not. However, she added that she was so happy for Gatwa when she heard the casting news. I think he's absolutely brilliant, I can't wait to see it, she said. Whatever Russell touches, it's just amazing, as we know. I think Ncuti's brilliant, he's just a perfect successor, so I'm thrilled. Yeah, as I said, no hate to anyone who thought that she'd be good, I just never saw it personally. I certainly wouldn't be opposed to her being a companion. If anything, she gives me very Clara Oswald, Jenna Coleman vibes. This next one comes from TV Zone. Apparently the BBC have added a description for Doctor Who Series 14 on the Ncuti announcement press release, which does imply that in theory we should be getting a series of Doctor Who before the anniversary specials, and I really do hope that's true, because they've been deliberately vague with the wording. Russell has said, everything's going down in 2023. They've said that, Russell will be returning to celebrate the 60th anniversary celebrations, but that doesn't necessarily mean we won't see anything until November 2023. And I think that if they're implying that Series 14 is a thing here, I'm hoping we get a full series before the 60th anniversary. That might be a pipe dream, but I do think it's possible, and I think it makes the idea of a multi-Doctor special at the end of that much more tangible, as you wouldn't have to introduce a brand new Doctor on the 60th anniversary, because what a task that would be. You'd have a full series to get to know the new Doctor before they bring back all the old favourites, essentially. Speaking of old favourites, Stephen Moffat said in a recent interview for Radio Times magazine that, quote, "As for Doctor Who, Moffat is thrilled at the plans to supersize the show under the returning Russell T Davies. When I left, I said to the BBC that the show needs so much more money. There's a tendency to think of it as the little engine that could. This sweet little thing that does remarkably well. It's one of the biggest shows in the world. It should swagger like one." And yeah, I agree. Now, I don't think Moffat actually says the words supersize the show, so I don't know whether this is like, you know, him actually knowing something about Russell's plans. I do think Doctor Who will be a lot bigger in scope and scale, and perhaps we might get spin-offs under Russell, as various things implied before. But I do agree with him that I think Doctor Who has always been one of those things that deserves all the money it could get, and I think in the case of Bad Wolf now taking over, and with that Sony money as well, I think it's going to look better than ever going forward, which is really exciting. And then finally, we have a 60th anniversary filming update, question mark, possibly. David Tennant has apparently been spotted by numerous people to be in Cardiff for some mysterious, nefarious reason. Now, Georgia Tennant did respond to this saying, "Bloody hell, I hope not, he's going to get the kids today." Now, a lot of people are taking this at face value of like, well, yeah, that confirms it, he's not in Cardiff, he's not doing Doctor Who. If we're being honest here, if he was doing Doctor Who, Georgia Tennant's hardly going to go, yeah, he's in Cardiff, and he's going to be filming. I've seen the people who've tweeted these things get quite a bit of hate, and like, while I understand there are some people who deliberately, you know, make stuff up, these two people don't really strike me as those types of people. Neither of them, I think, are, like, involved in the community, so it doesn't seem like the thing that someone would make up. And as I've said on Twitter before, one person saying it would be one thing, but multiple people saying the same story. I've said before that the Tennant rumour is far from dead. Like, I still think Tennant returning for the 60th is pretty much, like, confirmed at this point. In my head, given all the stuff that I've heard, given all the rumours, and given stuff like this. People are saying, oh, we need to let go of the Tennant rumours. I don't think we do. Obviously, I'm not saying he's the 14th Doctor. That was never on the cards, I don't think. I think him returning as 10, though, for the 60th, I think that's happening. If this ages terribly, then, you know, be sure to, like, clip me out of context and say, haha, you were wrong. But just given how much evidence there's been towards a Tennant return, as I've said before, there's no smoke without fire. I think it's happening, and that's just incredibly exciting, really. But that's all we've got time for. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like, comment down below your thoughts on all the news that we discussed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you later. Shout out to Debs Iona, Shane Smith, Ree Keffin, Seb Lowndes, Jay Monroe, Hash Shandycoot, Patrick Mewson, Simon Ashley, Steve Safaro, Andrew Townsend, Alex Robbins, Michael Dykes, Paul Bryden, Sam Yates, Michael Rhodes, Jerry the Meerkat, Heretic, Bibliotecaria Nerd, Cameron Jefferson, John M, Metahuvian, Ben Freeman. If you want to become a member, feel free to do so. It really helps out. You get exclusive posts, shout outs in every video, and even your own badge and custom emojis to use.